there, Dana here. Today I would love to share a little bit more about Pilates with you, how it can help us with our aging bodies and truly support us in having our body act, feel and look younger. Joseph Pilates is a type of Pilates exercise that was always designed to be rehabilitative. And what I mean by that is Pilates was designed to help bring our body into balance. So as we get older, we often find that maybe we've got pre-existing injuries, we may have a weaker shoulder from a pre-existing injury, we may have a weaker lower back, we may find that we have tightness in our body that has changed our posture, think this, or rounded shoulders. And all of these different things can create an imbalance in our body. And when we have an imbalance in our body, we put ourselves at risk of things like injury. So think things like tears or even falling, creating muscle tears, tendon, ligament tears, even having sore joints through our body. And it's because our body's not in balance. I often meet women that are what I would call very flexible. They really can touch their toes, they can probably even do the splits. And these women, although they are such wonderful elastic bands, they miss that internal strength within our body to keep them stable. So they have I call it very floppy type bodies. And then I come across my ladies that are stiffies, and I'll put my hand up, I'm a little bit of a stiffy myself. And these are these ladies, and we are quite strong, but when it comes to mobility and flexibility through our muscles and our joints and our ligaments and our tendons, well, we sort of miss the mark a little bit. And so we are tight and we are stiff. And so you can imagine both ends of these scales are both at risk of injury for different reasons. One is not strong enough. One is basically got the strength but doesn't have the mobility and the flexibility. So Pilates is about how can we create balance? How can we create balance through strength and mobility? How can we create balance through the front of the body, the back of the body? How can we create balance through the upper body and the lower body? How can we even create balance from the left side to the right side? Bring those shoulders into balance. Bring your abdominal strength and your lower back strength into balance. And how can we bring our joints into being nice and strong, our ankle joints and our vertebrae in our spine. And so Pilates was designed to create this balance. And so what I want to share with you is it is working these little muscles that live around our spine. And so I brought my spine out to show you today. And if you think about your spine, you've got these tiny little muscles that wrap around there, multifidus muscles and transverse abdominis muscles, and they wrap around your spine, and they are there. And on top of those are your bigger muscles that we see. So these big tummy muscles, our back muscles, and they are more the visual ones we can see. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to activate these little rubber bands, I call them, these little muscles. And as we get these little muscles activated and strong, they pull in tighter around your spine. And because your bigger muscles are attached to them, they pull these bigger muscles in as well. So not only visually do you look stronger, or I shouldn't say stronger, visually look smaller, the bigger benefit is internally you're really supporting your spinal health. You're supporting your postural health. You're supporting things like your pelvic floor. You're helping lower risk of things like neck pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain. And you may not realize it, but if you've got a good, strong powerhouse, this area here, you are even helping yourself reduce the risk of falls, You're helping even your joints in your knees and your ankles because you're standing posturally correct. You're walking posturally correct. You're not limping on one side to the other because one side's stronger than the other. And so it brings the body into balance. And what I find with my clients when they start Pilates is they don't feel anything, and that is okay, because we are lighting up those smaller muscles, and you may be used to firing with these bigger muscles. You initially may not feel anything, but as you start to practice Pilates on a regular basis, you start to feel stronger, toner, more uplifted, better posture, and you start to get that mind to body connection. So you start to be able to feel those different areas in your body, connect to those different areas in your body, and really start to feel the strengthening, to feel the mobility as we do these different movements, and you will feel yourself progress from there. So a couple of pieces of equipment that I highly recommend to get started on your Pilates journey is firstly a resistance band. And a resistance band can help us with certain exercises if we're not quite too strong in the tummy to start with. Just give us that little bit of extra support. It can also help us to strengthen other parts of our body while maintaining a strong core, so we can like get double results in a way. We can be strengthening our upper back muscles and at the same time strengthening our core muscles, yeah. And so I really recommend a resistance band. They come in different colors. You can purchase them from your local physio, or you can even buy them from a sports store, or you can even grab them at places like Target and Big W. The one that I have is blue, and it is classed as hard. I like this one, a medium type strength. If you have current injuries, you may choose to start with a lighter band, and if you've been doing Pilates forever, well, you probably know that what color band you're currently up to anyway. I also recommend that you grab a Pilates ball, and these balls are a small ball, and they fit like, in under that lower part of your back, in between your shoulder blades. And we can do some real good mobility movements with this, as well as some strengthening movements, putting it in between our legs, strengthening our inner thighs, strengthening our pelvic floor. And we can do lots of different exercises. It's really quite supportive. It feels good, and it just enables you to progress, I guess, in just having these different little challenges available to you. If you didn't unable to get a Pilates ball for whatever reason, get them at a sports store, you can get them online, and you just want to get started, you can buy like a bit of a bigger ball from places like Big W, Kmart. They're in the kids toy section. They're about $3. These ones range $15 to $20. And they can get you started. These ones won't fit probably in your lower back, but they will definitely fit through that shoulder blade area, and you can get started with those balls. Okay, I guess that's all I wanted to share with you today. Pilates does come with its own language, and I might do a separate video on that just to support you in that starting journey as well. And just remembering, Pilates is a practice, so I don't want you to expect big results overnight, and I don't want you to feel like it's doing nothing if you're not feeling anything that first couple of times. It's your body adapting, your body starting to light up, wake up, get the right muscles working, and all of that does take time. I always say it's like playing the piano. You learn the different drills, scales. I learned the piano for 10 years, and it's gone from me, the different scales, and you practice the scales, and then as you get better at those scales, you're then able to progress and play any piece of music. You learn to read music, you learn to do your scales, you learn staccato, you learn different ways of holding your hands, different tempos. There's so many different levels involved in learning the piano, and you certainly don't sit at a piano to go, in half an hour I'll walk away and I know my stuff. It takes commitment, it takes time, it takes an effort, and over time you start to feel like, I'm starting to get better, I'm starting to be able to play music, I'm starting to be able to relax. Same goes with Pilates. Practice, it is just so beneficial for women our age, And the reason I say that is it maintains a strong powerhouse, helps us with good posture, helps us with pelvic floor. But I will also say here that Pilates is not a whole program for women our age. I always say it is important that you look at those 4 pillars of health as an aging woman. Are you looking after these bigger muscles that we can see by doing your strength training? Are you looking after your core, doing your Pilates? Are you looking after your mobility and flexibility, doing your stretching work and your mobility work? And last but not least, are you looking after your cardio health, your heart health, your fitness, yeah? So those 4 combined give you what I call like a balanced program for women over the age of 50. If you need any help with getting through that programming, understanding what to do, please reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you for our next video.